Okay, this is day 242, part 3. Really quickly, I just wanted to tell everybody what I think NADRA is. I think NADRA is both a plan to get nuclear material down to here to Chasma. There's two major centers in Pakistan for their nuclear program. One is Chasma toward the north of this Punjab province, and the other one is in the Sindh province down by Karachi, down where that port of Qasim is. So either way, there's going to be nuclear material flowing, to Chasma. They have to get their nuclear fuel somewhere, and then of course they have to get it down to Karachi as well, down this highway. Now they have to usually buy the nuclear fuel because it is so heavy, like lead. 1.7 times the weight of lead. You try to travel the least distance possible. Now I know Afghanistan has uranium as well, but I just don't know what the war and so forth, what the mining situation is. But I do know in 2009, Hillary did do this deal with Frank Justra for this Uranium 1 mine here in Karatu. I think it's Karatu. There's a couple different ways. This is a long route, obviously. It's a 35-hour route because of the bad roads. But the NADRA bank, NADRA was talking about monitoring people over land, but it was monitoring people over land between India and Pakistan. So if you look at the border here through contested Kashmir, that could be what they're talking about. And the reason why you would want to monitor folks going back and forth is you don't want to shoot people that have your uranium. So the idea of monitoring from space, which is what the NADRA program was, would make a lot of sense in this environment here with the very valuable uranium coming back and forth. Now, NADRA Bank was also sold in October of 2009 to the Russians. And so I think there's going to be a Russian business partner, but they also opened up operations over here in Western China, right over here in Urumqi, something like that. Urumqi. Like your room key, only your key, QI, Urumqi. So if you were going to hire a whole bunch of workers here, you'd need to establish a bank accounts and so forth here in Western China, and then you could truck it over and then truck it down, which is what I think is the best way to do it. Here you have to go through a lot of war-torn areas, and then you have to go through Uzbekistan, a more developed country. Here I think through China you could have much more inexpensive labor, but you still have to cross the Indian border here for this piece. So that could be the other NADRA piece. So what I believe NADRA is, and this is just working theory, this is total speculation, but for some reason this $440 million bank was sold to the Russians for this deal right around the time the Uranium 1 deal is done in 2009, and gradually the ownership moves over to the Canadians from the Russians. I think it's like 20% a year from 2009 to finally 2013, where the full ownership is transferred. But like I said, you have to get the fuel down here some way to Chasma. And there's like 3 or 4 different reactors here, and they're the more advanced ones. So again, that's in the control of Imran Awan's dad. So that's just a working theory for the group, and we'll pick it up later see what people do with that. The NADRA being not only the monitoring, kind of the Ratline from satellite, but also, which is the Julian Assange email that he sent out twice recently, but also the financial Ratline for paying for the nuclear fuel.